Alright folks, Glenn Miley here, going on an overnight at Myakka. It's Friday, August 24th, Park. We're hiking out to Panther Point in the backcountry. Maybe about a 6-mile hike, so that shouldn't be too bad. I got supplies. There's a well pump there, and I packed accordingly. But the rangers tell me the pump is broken, so we'll see what happens with that. This is probably the worst trail in the park, going down this power line. It's a bit of a shortcut for me. I'm getting a late start. I don't want to take the 10-mile hike in, so taking this as a shortcut to get started. I won't be on it for very long though. Then I'm going to switch over onto an actual trail. Whew, is it hot? I put my extra hat on, trying to get out of the sun a little bit. We should be coming up on the other trail here pretty soon. Well, still on power line. Apparently I missed my trail. I was thinking this was going too far. Get to looking at the map and I passed the trail. Alright, well I found a turnoff. It's not the turnoff I wanted. This is a road. I did not bring enough water to make it tonight. I was kind of depending on using the water from the well at Panther, but they said, like I said, it's broken, so I got to stop by Honor to get water. 91 degrees, so there's plenty of water in the ditches and stuff, and I guess if all else fails, I can take that and boil it and filter it and drink it, but I'll just stop by Honor and go from there. Now let me get back on it. Alright, so we're going to trek through our first big puddle. This ought to be fun. Here we go. I'm just gonna do it. Oh, feet are wet. Ooh. Alright. Let's do our first major puddle. There it is. We'll keep on going. Those trees right there, that's where I came from. That's where I went through the big puddle. I mean, it's open prairie. It's nothing. Just open nothing. And I gotta go to that tree line over there. I'm betting the Honor campsite's over there somewhere. Maybe a little over this way. Or maybe even over that way. I don't know. Shoot. But every direction. You got some pines there. They're so scattered wouldn't give you any shade anyways. But every direction. Nothing. Alright. I'm pretty excited. I almost made it to the tree line. There's the tree line right there. My trail should be in the trees. They usually put the trails as best they can in the trees. Well, I'm looking around for the trail, and it looks like this might be it right here. Oh yeah, we got an orange blaze. There's the orange blaze. All the trail in Myakka River State Park is maintained by the Florida Trail Association, so it's a designated Florida trail, and their trails are blazed in orange. So, but of course the trail is completely underwater. So I'm just going to trough through it here. Oh, it's still nice and cool though, so that's okay. My feet are already wet. It really don't matter to me now at this point. Should be stomping through the wet water. Just got to keep an eye out for snakes and also fire ant balls. A lot of people don't think about fire ant balls, but you know, when the fire ants get into a flooded area, they ball together, and a lot of them sacrifice their lives for the colony, and then it's just a big ball. And the first thing they come across that's high and dry, they just climb up on it. And if it happens to be you bumping into it, you're gonna be in a world of hurting. It's amazing though, really. Let me take a break here for a second and tell you. We were just out in the open prairie, which is right there. I mean, you can see right through the light there. That's open prairie. Then in here, there's a couple oaks. Oak right here, a couple oaks here and there. But for the most part, it's just palm trees. This is like a little palm tree forest. Look at all these palm trees. All right. Well, I don't know what's going on with me today. But apparently I passed the campsite Honor too. It's back there somewhere. I was chauncing through all kinds of water. I better not miss Panther though, because that's where I'm staying. So, well, I'm not gonna be able to get water from Honor. Maybe I should get water right here. It looks clean, right? I mean, it's flowing. flowing through there. Probably be willing to drink that. But I'm gonna get closer to Panther. So I don't have to carry it as far. We'll keep going. Alright, I came up to a sign. Panther camp that way. And then rain. 4.5 more miles. God, I don't know what's going on here. And Honor, I didn't pass Honor. Honor's 2/10 up here. So I'm gonna go check out Honor campsite. And with 4.5 miles to go, if Honor's dry and high and dry and the well's working and stuff, I think maybe I'll just stay at Honor. We'll see. We'll go take a look at it. Here we go. Okay, there's a deer right up here in front of me. See if I can get him on video. Anyways, that was pretty cool. See the deer out here. Alright, almost to Honor campsite. Okay, here's Honor's, Honor Ray's well. That's nice. Anyways, it works. There's the well. There's one of the sites. There's a pole for your bag. Fire pit, and that's it. That's pretty crummy, don't ask me. There's another one back here. They obviously ain't doing any maintenance in here at all whatsoever. They just figure nobody's gonna be out here in the middle of the summer. Little they know, there is an idiot around, and that's me, and I will come here in the summer. Look how fresh that boar fluff is. That is some fresh boar fluff right there. Whew. Alright, this is a site right here. I think I'll just take this one. I can set the well's right there. Hang my bag, set my tent up right here, see if I can get me a little fire going. Alright, so that's my cheap little tent. Ozark Trail Junior Scout tent. I keep buying this kind of tent, they're only 20 bucks and they're super light. They're crap, they leak. They're really not good tents, but. Alright, I had something to eat. A little pot roast and beef meal. I sat the plastic tray on top of my boiling pot of water on my little stove so I didn't get my pot dirty, although the water out of the well is so nasty. The water out of the well is. It's quite disgusting. Alright, we're going to get a fire going. I collected some wood, and then there's a whole bunch of palmettos around here laying on the ground. Okay. You get a front row view of my fire building technique. Fire, that quick. So we're going to take our smaller sticks that we already collected and put right there on top of it in a platform embrace manner so that it has room to breathe. And take our bigger stuff, lay right on top of that, and then even bigger stuff on top of that. And right there, folks, that's it. Fire's going. Alright, I'm going to boil some more water. I can make another cup of water. This is actually, if you look at this water here, see how clean and clear that is? That's what was in the pot earlier. I boiled it and then I ran it through my filter. My filter right there, and it came out that clean. I taste it, it tastes good. And I boiled a little bit more, and I used my bowl from my beef stew. Used it to make up my oatmeal. Anywho, this oatmeal smells really good. It's Quaker Oats instant oatmeal, strawberries and cream. Empty packet into bowl. Add a 1/3 cup hot milk or boiling water. Stir and serve. Fantastic. That's a pretty simple. That's a pretty simple camp food right there. So I think I'm gonna start taking them more often. But we'll see. Anyways, this is my first time. Like I said, it's my first time solo camping by myself out in the wilderness, out in the backcountry. So I'm pretty excited. I'm not scared out my wit yet. At least I got you to talk to, so I do appreciate that. Fire's still burning. Getting late. There's the moon. Not a cloud in sight, so I shouldn't get any rain tonight. It's actually clear skies, probably be able to see some stars. But, you know, once it gets dark, you're out here by yourself, what is there to do? So I'm going to go ahead and turn in for the night, and I'll see you folks in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Slept pretty good. Actually got pretty chilly. I use my sheet thing. Got down to about 70, which isn't too bad. But I'm gonna get packed up and get out of here. Gonna have me some breakfast. Bananas and cream oatmeal. Maybe another bottle of water right there. That's that water from the pot, and boiled and filtered. Yep, that's boiled water, filtered, and that's store water. Alright, I'm all packed up. My tent was right there, it's gone. Fire's out, all good and clean. I think I'm just going to go out the way I came in, but not on the road. I'm going to take the trail that I ended up on and go ahead and take it all the way out. I'm not going to go any further east into the park. Temperature's pretty good right now. The sun is rising. It is August. It's going to get hot. Made it through my first night solo. Pretty happy about it. I actually stayed up to about 10. I laid at 8:30, but it was so hot. I was sweating just laying there in my tent. So I came out and I filtered another pot of water that I already had boiled and put it in my put it in a bottle and boiled another pot at that time that I could filter this morning, which I did. So I got two full bottles of water and a bottle of Kool-Aid, so I should be good to go. Like I said, it's only about 4 miles out. No big deal. I'll be out in an hour and a half, 2 hours. So we're going to knock this out, and we'll talk to you on the trail. Probably 3/4 of a mile into the hike. Uh-oh. It's hard to see the trails, you know, there's blazes. But the blazes are pretty far in between. I guess this is the trail. I mean, but look, I mean, does this look like a trail? I mean, it's more like a freaking ditch to me. I'll push through. See if I can find a blaze up here. Oh man, that is deep. I'm not sure I'm on the trail or not. But I guess I am. Ah! Get! Did you see that pig? Despite the trail being wet, which I'm pretty much accustomed to at this point, it don't bother me anymore. I'll just keep on trucking through it. It's a pleasant morning, and it's a pretty nice trail. I mean, the trail is overgrown, it's not maintained, it's completely flooded, but other than that, ooh, cobweb. Other than that, it's a pleasant day. It hasn't gotten too hot yet. It's still pretty cool. The trail winds you through palmetto, prairie, pine, then oak, palm trees. It's such a diverse trail. You go from one ecosystem to another, just boom, boom, boom. So it's a really nice trail. Well, the trail's not really nice. The route's really nice. You gotta take a look at this. I gotta truck through this water. So I went, but look, they gave me a bridge. All right. Woohoo! Yeah, look at that. Well, I guess it's deeper right there than it is here. So it is better, but this is the first dry ground I've been on in a couple hours. I think I'm gonna take a break here. Earlier I said this trail was maintained by the Florida Trail Association. But I'm going to change my thought and say that it's not maintained by anybody. That's the trail right there. Absolutely nothing. I mean, there's an orange blaze up there. Kind of gives me guidance as to where to walk to. But I wouldn't call this a maintained trail. Now maybe they come out here and do a little more maintenance in the fall and winter. It's orange blaze. I don't like this too much because all the standing water, there could be snakes, and of course with this much foliage I can't see the trail, and I could definitely not see a snake laying here. So alright, I made it to power line, back to where the trail comes in. Here's a sign here, it says Myakka hiking trail, foot traffic only, on our campsite, 3.9 miles. I just did 3.9 miles since I left the camp this morning, which hasn't been that long. That's the trail I was looking for. There's a little sign up in the bushes, and that's it. I walked right by it, never even saw it. I wonder why. Alright, like I said though, I'm back on power line. I'm going to shoot out power line, it'll be about a mile, be back to my truck, and that'll be it. Good deer. Freaking amazing. I am within 30 feet of this deer. 30 feet. But I gotta move, so I'm gonna just walk. Just walking right beside me, look at that. Amazing. Look at that. I am within 10 feet of this deer. Now he's gotten startled. Well enough to pass me. That's pretty cool. A deer could care less. Alright. I made it back to my truck. Like I said, going solo for my first time. The flooded trails really added to it, you know, but it went all right. You know, I was pretty good with it, pretty happy, and I feel good. Hope you enjoyed this little adventure with me. So until next time, I'm Glenn Miley. Out.